These days, everyone is talking about AI voice assistants. AIs that can answer phones, replace front desks, handle customer service, book appointments, and run your entire operation. You'll hear claims like it works 24/7, it never misses a call, it replaces staff, it sounds completely human, it transforms your business overnight. There's a lot of excitement and a lot of hype. So in this video, we're going to break down clearly what an AI voice assistant actually is and what it isn't, what it truly does and what it can't do. We'll also cover what's exaggerated, what to look for if someone's actually trying to sell you one, the common techniques people use to try to pull one over you, and how to know if your business is actually a good candidate for a voice AI assistant. Because the reality is, AI voice assistants can be incredibly powerful, but they are not universal solutions. And many times they are not plug and play. They require time and investment, just like any other staff member. Firstly, what is an AI voice assistant? At a high level, AI voice assistant is a conversational AI system that answers phone calls and engages in structured dialogue with callers. Very often it has features like be able to pick up phone calls instantly or within a few rings. It's able to understand natural speech the way you and I would, talking to one another, asking questions based off of context, capturing structured information like name, pain point, and business details, and taking actions like booking appointments or sending emails. They can usually transfer calls depending on specific information, such as urgency, or if someone just doesn't want to speak with the AI, or it needs to get escalated to a manager. It can usually send updates and summaries to the client or the business owner. It can send follow-ups, and often has the ability to integrate with systems like calendars and CRM. Now, these features are commonplace, but not always. And the key distinction between a voice AI and an IVR system is it's not just a recorded menu. It understands intent and responds dynamically within a predefined rule set. Think about it like you train an employee to understand your business's philosophy. Every single question it asks will be in the tone, that philosophy, and any answer it gives will operate within that logic. Therefore, you don't need to give it a specific script to follow. You need to give it a set of rules, and it will behave within those rules. Like I said, not a static IVR system. It's more conversational. Now, what it does really well. An AI voice assistant are particularly strong at handling repetitive call types. Think follow-up calls, intake calls, think calls that come very often but don't require a lot of nuance. Think basic qualification, general reminders or support. Likewise, anything with very high call volume, so calling a list of hundreds or thousands of people. After hours coverage as well. Unless you're planning on breaking some laws, most humans aren't going to be working 24/7. It also does booking and rescheduling. And this is an example that it does extremely well because it's really fast, works within the calendar, and like I said, does it very well because it has the access to the actual calendar itself and is able to see live availability. In addition, it's fantastic at qualification and data collection. So if you have a set qualification process, this is golden. You just need to tell it your qualification process, define it within your philosophy, and the AI will execute that qualification every time. And likewise, it provides consistent responses. This is also fantastic because it can eliminate so much pain on the customer side because it eliminates the hold times, the voicemail gaps, and the inconsistent intake. It speeds things up. And in addition, if you get 10 calls all at once, it can handle those 10 calls simultaneously, making scalability a very big part of this. You don't have to constantly push more money into call centers or put more money on staff. Now, here's what often gets overhyped and requires some nuance. Some businesses promote AI voice assistants as fully replaceable, super emotionally intelligent systems that are just as close and complex as a human, that they can close any complex sales call, handle unpredictable negotiations, and require zero onboarding. Something that you just download it, give it a document about your business, and it runs. That's typically very unrealistic. AI works best in a structured environment, when calls follow a more predictable cycle, when the qualification logic is defined. I would put it like this. Humans are still at the point where our emotional intelligence and ability to understand emotion, nuance, and all the complexities that make us human is still superior than AI. That's the reality. Anyone who is saying otherwise is either hiding an AI that hasn't been released or they're lying. AI should really be handling tasks that don't require a tremendous amount of emotional nuance. Again, think general support, structured support, general guidance. Think structured processes like onboarding, lead qualification, and lead intake. Especially on the lead side, it does very, very well. But expecting AI to act perfectly in emotional, complex situations is often unrealistic. If someone promises the AI can do something that requires a tremendous amount of emotional intelligence and it isn't within a predefined process, it's likely not accurate. That being said, if you give it proper context, structured boundaries, it can understand and navigate different circumstances very well, as long as they are within an environment you've defined. What should you look for if you're buying one? This is where most businesses make mistakes. They focus on how human it sounds or how cool the demo feels, instead of asking, how is it going to be implemented? Here are the critical components you should always evaluate before implementing an AI voice assistant. 1. Workflow design. Is there a structured intake process? Are qualifications mapped? Is routing logic defined? Ask yourself, if you wouldn't train a human with these things, would they succeed in this role? If a business says, it's super straightforward, just tell us about your business and the AI does the rest, that leaves room for nuance and mistakes. If they don't ask for specific qualification questions or don't have a place to map out processes, odds are it will not work effectively. They need to distinctly ask for the information, not figure it out later. Anyone implementing this technology should have enough experience to know what questions to ask you. You should not be the one bringing them up. 2. Pre-onboarding. What does the setup process actually look like? Is there discovery of your business model? Do they map your call flow? Do they connect to your calendar system or CRM? Do they build escalation logic? And very important, is there a way for the AI to leave a message or transfer calls away from the AI? Sometimes people might not want to speak with AI. If they feel trapped, it can hurt trust in the brand. There needs to be opt-out logic so they can reach a human or leave a message. Also ask, where will the information be pushed? If you're using Zoho, Salesforce, HubSpot, will it connect directly? Most voice AI systems are not built inside your existing business infrastructure. Unless it's clearly mapped from the beginning, it may not integrate. And many times that's where upsells happen after you've already paid for the initial build. Make sure that's clarified in the beginning. If they don't take the time to blueprint and architect your flow, there will be gaps and missed information. So always make sure they capture all the information about your business that is relevant, and make sure all that logic is there or there is an answer to every logic. Also make sure you're not the one who needs to bring it up. 3. Compliance. If you're in healthcare, legal, or finance services, compliance matters. How is your data stored? Are calls recorded securely? Are there opt-out mechanisms? Is it aligned with regulatory requirements? If you're in the US medical space, is it HIPAA compliant? If so, ask for proof. If you're in the UK or EU, is it GDPR compliant? This AI is representing your business. You need to ensure everything is handled properly. You need to make sure the correct compliance is met, and you need to do your research. 4. Reporting and visibility. You need access to call recordings, transcriptions, call summaries, conversation data, lead categorization, performance metrics. Transparency is vital. If someone tells you the AI learns by itself and you don't need to monitor it, that's likely something you shouldn't accept. This is like an employee. You monitor, you improve, you give feedback. It grows over time. And this process needs to be easy, not complicated. Make sure that all of those recordings and transcriptions are available for you, and the reports are easy to read. You should not need to jump through any hoops to see them. Now, lastly, how do you know if your business is a good candidate for a voice AI assistant? This is probably the most important section because it's not for everyone. There are 3 main measurements to know if this is for you. 1, how many calls are you getting? 2, the value of each call. And 3, your average conversation rate for those calls. As a general rule of thumb, getting at least 1 or 2 calls per day on average makes it worth evaluating. Multiply that by 28 days in the month, now you have some serious volume. But if those calls are very low, or the value is very low, and losing them doesn't impact your business, then investing in AI may not be worth it. Do you currently pay someone full-time to handle calls? Or is it part of someone's role? If you have someone on the phone, are they consistently picking up? And how often do calls go to voicemail? Now, if you answer to those questions that calls are important to you and you believe you're getting enough to justify things, then you should probably ask a few others. Do you currently pay someone full-time to handle calls? Or is it part of someone's role? If you have someone on phones, are they consistently picking up? And how often do calls go to voicemail? If you don't know, contact your phone provider and activate reporting, as it is vital. If people are not picking up the phone on time or calls are consistently going to voicemail, then this might be another instance where it's worth considering AI. Now, ask yourself this. Do you also have a structured intake process? What are the common reasons people call? Do they call to become a client? Do they need to be qualified? Do they need to book an appointment? AI works fantastic for leads in almost every case. And that's a fantastic place to start with if that's where you're at. A powerful strategy is using the dialing method. Let the AI phone ring once, twice, 3 times, and if a human doesn't pick it up, then it routes to the AI. That way, you're only replacing calls that would have gone to voicemail anyway, not replacing your front desk entirely. Now, it's fantastic if you rely heavily on inbound marketing, or you have after-hours demand, or your team is overwhelmed, tired because of repetitive questions that they get all the time. Or you get many inquiries that could be answered in 2 sentences, but take 5 minutes on the phone. Over the course of a year, that can compound into thousands of hours. Now, if it's not a fit, it'll probably fall under one of the following. If calls are extremely customized and emotionally complex from the start, or if your demographic strongly resists automation or AI, or if you've made promises against AI, it may not be the right fit. Now, just to summarize, AI voice assistants are not magic. They are structured execution systems. When aligned with the right industries, proper onboarding, and correct integrations, they can dramatically improve response time, operational consistency, lead capture, scalability, and visibility. But they must be evaluated strategically, not emotionally, not based on hype, and not based on a flashy demo. If you're evaluating whether voice AI is right for your business, we help companies design and implement structured, compliant, performance-driven voice AI systems with proper onboarding, workflow mapping, and full reporting transparency. If you'd like to learn more, scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.